The other thing that I want to add, probably I'm going to write it underneath or in the little box. All the places that Virgin Mary talked about this May 13. The first time, at least the one that I heard, I listened on the YouTube, it's called, oops, it was in December 15, 2016 in San Francisco. It was in San Francisco, and you have to skip to 52. No, that's Orlando. Just a second. You have to skip almost 2 hours in the video, 1 hour and 59 minutes. So you don't sit there and listen and listen. You're gonna say, how come I don't hear it? Why is it not saying it? So 2 hours, almost 2 hours in the video, that's where she's saying it, that there is an event coming up pretty soon. So on December 15, she did not say anything specific. On January 8, again, this one is titled Apparition of Virgin Mary, Rose of Peace, Orlando, Florida, January 8, 2017. She said there is an event, it's coming, and it's gonna take in Europe. It's gonna happen in Europe at the feast of Virgin Mary of Fatima, Queen of Peace. This video I will put it underneath again. You have to skip 52 minutes in it to hear it. The third video, again, is the same thing. Apparition of Virgin Mary, Rose of Peace, Carmo da Cochoria, March 13, 2017. Fourth video is Apparition of Virgin Mary, Rose of Peace, Marian Center of Brazil, March 24, 2017. Skip to 32 minutes in it, because the group does a lot of singing, unless you want to sit down and listen to their singing. When you skip to 32 minutes, she starts talking. Virgin Mary is there, and the person who's singing it, she tells things to her, and the guy says it in Spanish, and they record it. There is a camera that records everything, and there is many times they have a live translator, an English translator. She translated to English audience. So that part was a little bit difficult because the person is doing a live translation, and sometimes it's difficult to do a live translation. She can interpret a word, miss a word, or add a word. Like, she's not going to be able to do it correctly. But I asked some people, and they said that word, it means an event. It wasn't maybe that clear, but that's what they were saying, that it means an event, some sort of maybe, I don't know if you can call it a party. I doubt it that you can call it a party. If you are Spanish, if you understand Spanish, you're gonna beat me in this. You can go watch the videos yourself and hear what she's saying it in your own language. Some sort of maybe a celebration, a meeting. But they were more saying that, yeah, it means, it does mean an event. So, Okay, let's jump for the other one. And the fifth video, it's in Apparition of Virgin Mary, Porto, Portugal, May 8, 2017. You have to go 28 minutes in it and 37 minutes in it. And she's talking extensively about Fatima and the event that's going to happen on May 13. That's upcoming May 13. She talked again. May 12, I couldn't listen. I was too busy. I mean, it's on YouTube, but until now I was busy. So May 12 I did not listen, but May 13 I listened, and she was saying that this event is so important that actually the angels of Fatima were waiting 100 years for this event. And I understand what you said, because this is super important for them. They're looking everything from their side, and they're looking at this thing as it's building God's work, it's advancing God's work in this world. For me, this was extremely humongous, super important thing what she said. What happened, it was unbelievably big. One of the biggest statements, for me personally, this is one of the biggest statements I heard or I ever heard, because it's a clear statement that she's making from their side, how they see things. That what matters for them is, what are you doing to advance God's work in this world? Whatever you do to advance their work, their cause, that's what matters to them. So if you are wearing a little cross, something religious, that's important for them, because you are a little bit advancing or pushing their God's work in this world. So this was a humongous revelation. Revelation for me. It was huge. Then the other thing I will add, I have seen Jesus Christ myself. I have a video on YouTube, and you can go watch. I title it, I have seen Jesus Christ myself in person. The other things, let me see if I'll put it here. The other thing maybe some people, they're going to say, well, how come you yourself, Peter, you have seen Jesus in person? I mean, this is not a joke. You have seen Jesus, and how come you yourself didn't become a priest? That part, I need to sit down and make a huge video about that, because the biggest problem was the understanding side. And the understanding side it's extremely complicated. Extremely, honest to God, it's extremely complicated. It's complicated beyond words. Why is it complicated? Because I saw Jesus in Lebanon, yes, right next to me, and he's real. But only so much later I start to understand. It was kind of a way of God saying or affirming or showing you, okay, you saw Jesus. I mean, he's right in front of you. He's real. He is resurrected. I mean, most important thing is that resurrection. That the resurrection is real. It's not a made-up thing. This is not a made-up story. Somebody's fantasy that, oh, he feels great because talking about the resurrection. This is not a storybook. The Bible, sorry to say it, I don't know about the whole Bible. I cannot go into the whole Bible, but The story is not a story, it's real. At least I am a witness. I can stand here, no problem, I can stand here and say it. I am a witness. I have seen him, he's real. He's real, and that resurrection is real. Now, the other side, the understanding side, oh, it's so complicated. I mean, honest to God, it's so complicated. The early times, in the beginning, at least when I was 18, 19 years old, 20 maybe, I started talking about to some people that I have seen Jesus, and people will just look at me with no reaction. And from my side, from my end was, okay, I just told this person I have seen Jesus, and he has no reaction, but what am I going to say after that? What should I say after that? I didn't know what to say. I just didn't know what to say. So now we're going to start to enter into that understanding side. And from where do you bring understanding? I need to make another video. It's enough that you collapse on the floor. I mean, it just there's not going to be an energy left on you. At least on me. It's not like I can pick up the phone and talk with God and ask him questions. It's not like that. It just they show me little things, very little, small things, very small things here, a very small thing there, and it's more later on in my life, and you have to try to put this and this and this together, and oh boy, oh, the understanding side is super complicated. I guess I can add this. I met Jesus. I talked with him, except that I didn't know that it was Jesus. It was just a normal person. He started to talk with me and off the street, and he was talking to me. I was talking to him, and 2 days later or 3 days later, they actually heaven affirmed that was actually Jesus Christ. And at that time, the only thing I was interested in, I had just come to the understanding thing of how they communicate. Their entire communication is based on a parable. So everything that he was saying, and I was trying to figure out, okay, he said this, what did he mean by this, and he said that, and go try to figure out why did he said that, what does he mean? It's more like, what does he mean by this, and what did he meant by that? Try to figure out, okay, he meant this by this, and he meant by that, and that's all I was concerned with, the understanding side. So even there is more into this thing. There's some other things. I have to do it one by one. I cannot do it all together. Anyway, regardless, we have to be super thankful, extremely thankful to God and to heaven, entire heaven, that they are not abandoning people, humanity, and they're still putting effort. Virgin Mary is coming here and putting effort. Jesus is coming because he's showing up to this Divina Madre group. Jesus is putting effort. Angels are putting effort. They're all putting an effort to better, to, well, that's their wording is like to awaken the humanity, that, hey, you're in the wrong path, correct your path, you're going in the wrong direction. The big part is all about good and evil. The biggest part. So these are other videos that I would like to do and talk about it. to start explaining it, to go in it. But the biggest part is good and evil. There are other good big part for them, at least for them. They're making such a huge deal. For them, it's love. To have a compassion towards other human being, towards other people. So to have a compassion that doesn't mean being foolishly let somebody take advantage of you, but to have a compassion. Okay, thank you. I certainly will do other videos. Thank you.